Drink, 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 donate. E-beggar. Drink, booze hound. Drink, 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 donate. E-beggar. Drink, booze hound. Drink, 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 donate. E-beggar. Drink, happy birthday, booze hound. Hack, e-beggar.
I'm gonna ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
Donate. E-beggar. Donate. E-beggar. Donate. E-beggar.
Gravy train.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a
food channel that's running out of ideas.
In the meantime, let's watch some TikTok.
I'm a TikTok. White Canadian. I'm a TikTok.
White.
I'm a TikTok. White Canadian. I'm a TikTok.
White.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian.
White guy.
Hitler flap.
Thank you very much. White guy. Because I'm white.
So the Japanese are horrible people. If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face.
I'm gonna ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
I think I've stalled. If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face.
Bitch. I did the uncut raw videos.
Whether we win or lose, we drink booze.
A British peanut.
I have zero knowledge.
I'm very uneducated.
Is this your full-time job? Yes.
This is a business. Topper's Pizza. This is a business. Topper's Pizza. That sucked like shit. That sucked huge fucking shit.
Do you enjoy doing food reviews as much, or are you bored? I'm bored.
I only promote things that I like.
The Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery,
Jackery.
my Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery, the Jackery's working its butt off.
Blue Eddie, this thing is absolutely amazing. Call me a sellout.
Screw off.
Tangy. Tangy. Tangy.
Tangy, tangy, tangy,
Tangy.
I'm insane. Double. Hi, can I get a medium Pepsi, please?
Sorry?
Medium Pepsi.
There's a sign here saying turtles.
Oh,
Yep, yeah.
oh, this is my car.
We're gonna do it. Here we go. Ready?
Oh no. It's totally messy, but the idea is you keep it in the wrapper.
I know. I want people to see it.
Well, he wanted to eat this in the car. So I think we could have, no? Would have rocked my car. I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian Hitler flap.
See what I mean?
Hitler flap.
Thank you very much. Because I'm white.
The Chinese are horrible, so the Japanese are horrible people.
Fuck. Shit. Beautiful looking lunch.
You are good at describing food.
You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that. How else to fix this? You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that. This is the dumpster that your mom and I found you in. Your real name was going to be called Waste Management.
Yeah, I made more fucking money than you ever did.
You can't do me!
Do you hear that?
The people who have tragically fallen through the cracks and are sleeping on the street in sleeping bags have nothing left to steal, so they're not going to get rolled for 2 cigarette butts and a handful of small change. You aren't out there and you're not going to be in that parking lot, so Finish your pattern, get to the hotel where you belong.
And so today is a cheat day.
Cheat day.
Do we have a reservation?
I don't.
How many are we gonna be?
Me.
I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast.
Cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach. Cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach.
And enjoy.
Now, if you're a child, don't fucking watch this.
Hello, I'm Ken.
That is how Ken opens, with a tiny clip of sirens to tease you into thinking that something exciting and dangerous is going to happen, and it doesn't. Now he's going to go on to explain his channel for you, and it's really just the work of a YouTube hack, which I will prove to you. Go ahead, Ken, tell us all about your channel.
And welcome to my channel where I love to drive around in my minivan camper and do stealth camping, 24-hour stealth camping at gas stations and small towns. I also love to do regular camping.
Oh, that Ken! He's just an affable, happy-go-lucky Canadian everyman who just loves to drive around in his minivan camper doing stealth camps, normal camps, all kinds of camping, and he records the footage and shares it with you. The fact is, he is a YouTube hack, and he tried to be friends with Steve Wallace and try to get a collab out of him, and Steve didn't take an interest. Why would he? Because Steve's integrity of his own channel would be damaged by having anything to do with Ken, because Steve Wallace is the real thing and Ken is just a hack looking to follow what succeeds for others, just trying to get clout, follow trends. That's it. So it didn't work. So Ken started copying. Notice the graphic design for this video that I am reacting to. All caps, white, top, bottom. Okay? Here's Steve Wallace's channel. So Ken just steals the graphic design from Steve Wallace. So when you get this in a recommendation, you're probably going to make a mistake. Oh, a new video from Steve Wallace. You click on it and Ken makes money. Just the same way that he ripped off the logo design from a real van life channel. And now offers it as if it was his own. If you can remember back to school, there are some kids who are just copycats. Ken is like an adult version of a copycat. So, that's what he's doing here. It's just following trends to make money. And he's not really a camper type of person. He's just a junk food addicted schmuck who considers YouTube to be just a business, and that's it.
In my big Sprinter van, but today's stealth camp is going to be a special stealth camp. This is going to be the first time I've ever done a stealth camp in the...
That is pro-grade stock footage, and you can tell it is from the vantage point, the fact it took a while to produce, and it doesn't move, which means it's on a tripod, which Ken almost never uses, except for when he's aiming the mini tripod at a pancake or something similar, doing breakfast, which he says he doesn't do. And he offers himself as KBD Productions TV, when his productions are eating chicken sandwiches, fake stealth camps, going to the dump and running the camera while he does it, and shooting footage of fish twice a year.
Big city of Toronto, or any city for that matter. I've never been right.
That is the Zanzibar Tavern. It is a legendary, for lack of a better word, strip club in Toronto, of course. It's been there for like 65 years, and the sign says topless and bottomless vixens, Canadian lap dances, tariff-free. Ken could have had a bit of fun by walking by it and showing, you know, the pictures in front. It's like, you know, everybody's got their clothes on the front. And anyway, Ken's just no fun.
Down in the downtown.
Little bit of trivia. The last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup was 1967. And if you can't win a cup in like 57 years, even by just dumb luck, I don't even consider the Leafs to be a hockey team anymore. However, they are very popular with the merchandising. I don't understand why. There you go.
Encore, set up camp, and tried to
Do you really believe that Ken Domik, with his personality, is going to be sleeping in that van at night in Toronto? Especially with that parking lot being unsecured? It's just like a vacant lot that's been quickly paved. You're not allowed to do it either. Because even though I don't have his receipt for the ticket, and I haven't talked to the one person that's the gatekeeper there, they don't allow people to live in their cars, because if you freeze to death overnight, your family members will be suing and saying, you should have told him that he couldn't sleep here. So they don't want any of that stuff, and it's just ridiculous. So here's the shot of the unsecured parking lot, which is not full because it is unsecured, and no way, not with Ken's personality is he really gonna sleep there. He's in Toronto. He's got his choice of all kinds of hotels, cheap and expensive.
Sleep in a parking lot or on the street. So today's the day. So as you can see, we're on our way, but we need to stop by Canadian Tire and just grab a few things. I'm pretty much low or empty on my windshield washer fluid, and I also need to get some duct tape.
Ken, you are so exciting. I say that mockingly. This is going to be boring as fuck, him at Canadian Tire. We're just going to blow through it and then get back to what little action he lets us have. So Ken is going to drive to Toronto from the shack in the Elf Village with a perfectly serviceable vehicle with perfect driving conditions. That means turn on the Ken Domik music service, leave the camera on the dash, and create garbage content. And when he gets there, he's gonna say, "We made it!"
Made it downtown safe and sound. Almost zero traffic. It was amazing.
Not quite amazing. You're a wealthy retiree, and you do everything on a whim. And there's no demand for what you produce. You're just pretending to be Steve Wallace, so you can do it any time of day you want to, and you do it when everybody else is working. So there's no rush hour for you to fight.
Probably one of the first times in a long time that I got down here with zero traffic. So it's about 23 minutes after 2. We're going to find our stealth camping spot, which I think I already know where I'm going to do it. And
Okay, let's get this turtle to his fake stealth camp area, and I'll speed it up, and I'll slow down for when he says that Toronto is the greatest city in the world.
Toronto is the best city in the world.
He is only saying that to go along with his Canadian everyman knucklehead character. Speaking as a Canadian, people from Toronto have a bit of a stuck-up attitude about themselves, and people who are not in Toronto have a pretty low opinion of Toronto. Furthermore, it's often referred to as the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, because it's not really, you know, a world-class city like New York or Los Angeles is. So, anyway, let's keep moving.
What's your favorite hometown city?
Always with the fake questions as if he cares. All from his YouTube success book for dummies from like more than 10 years ago. Engage with your audience. Oh, I like this. I like that. Not that he reads it or even cares. He's saying it wrong. What's your favorite hometown city? He should be saying, what's your hometown or what's your favorite city to compare it with Toronto. Idiot.
So there's the parking lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night. So I got the ticket. He said make sure there's nothing visible in the car. So we're going to make sure there's nothing visible in the car. So always look in just to see because people might want to steal anything that's in your car. So I guess that's as good as it's going to get. I don't think people are going to try and steal that, but I think we're going to be good. I hope. So let's go grab something to eat, and then we'll come back and do the stealth windows. Then we'll put them up before it gets dark, and hopefully if somebody's walking by and they like look in really close, they can see. But from here, you know, you can't see anything. But again, if you look in, they can see stuff. So if I put my stealth windows on, it should be good. Fingers crossed, right?
This makes the idea of him sleeping overnight even more ridiculous, because he's already been warned, don't have any valuables visible. And he's saying, oh, fingers crossed, right? Not only would you not trust a valuable item, you would not trust your life to this either, because crackheads are not going to look and say, oh, I don't think there's anything good here. They're thinking there's probably something good in here and it's hidden. And then what happens if you surprise a crackhead who's trying to, you know, steal whatever they can get? Those are just opportunities for weirdos and crackheads, and no way he's sleeping overnight there.
Lock it. There you go. This area of Toronto is kind of like our Times Square of New York City.
To say that this is like the Canadian version of Times Square in New York City is pretty ridiculous, and it reminds me of a song from a disbanded Canadian comedy troupe called Three Dead Trolls in a Baggie. It's the Toronto song, and I'd like to share it with you now. Oh, I hate the CN Tower and the Sky Dome too. Nathan Phillips Square and the Ontario Zoo. The rent's too high, the air's unclean. The beaches are dirty and the people are mean. And the women are big and the men are dumb. The kids are loopy cause they live in a slum. The water is polluted, the mayor is a dork. They dress real bad and they think they're New York and Toronto, Ontario. Hope you liked it.
So a lot of events happen here.
In addition to shooting footage of his own shoes, our Ken is now going to make his argument that this is just as good as Times Square by letting us know that there's a lot of flashy lights here. Over there's some flashy lights. They got flashy lights here.
It's got like a little stage there. As you can see, lots of flashing lights, lots of huge display boards. There's always street performers on this.
There is a lot of Ken hand action coming up in the next few seconds. Not just pointing, all kinds of gestures. And then when it's time for people to cross the street, he shoots about a minute of footage and he publishes it, speeding it up, and he adds some peppy music, and he just gives up on it after, you know, a matter of seconds. It just hack work everywhere. Here we go.
This corner over here. This is Yonge Street. This is Dundas. Dundas, Yonge. And you can cross the street on an angle depending on what the lights are doing. Like now everybody can crisscross, which is kind of cool.
Whatever street performing that guy is doing there, Ken didn't stick around long enough for us to find out. Yeah, just drag the camera through the street. Please allow me to interrupt Ken's boring home movie of Toronto. He's gonna go get a hot dog, so let's just push forward and get that over with.
This is a pleasant surprise.
What is not a surprise is Ken, who professes to have been following intermittent fasting for more than 5 years now, eating junk food or anything else in the middle of the day. Again. Ken has taken us to the Eaton Center, which means, you guessed it, time-lapse footage of customers coming and going. Take it away, Mr. Hack. The fuck is this guy doing? Toronto may not be all that it's cracked up to be, yet it is still a big city, and Ken's got a whole big city to play with, and he brings us this shit. Oh, brother. Anyway, he's about to take us to a bit of a tourist attraction called Little Canada. It's a bunch of scenes all done in miniature, which is actually really pretty cool. We'll just fast forward gently through it.
The boat even moves. It's going that way, made of the mist. They even have the little rain jackets on. And as you can see, it is moving. It goes all the way around Horseshoe Falls, over to the Canada side of Niagara Falls. You can right place, believe it or not, buildings there. Unreal. You see a moose right there. Zoom in. There's one. Nailed it. There's a train that's moving. There's another moose right there. I'm not going to show you where the rest of them are because I want you guys to find them when you come. There's a bus. Go trains. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, every 10 minutes it turns nighttime, and then back to daytime for 10 minutes. It's so cool. Let's go down to Little Toronto. We are now entering Little Toronto. There's Eat Center, Old City Hall, New City Hall, the Toronto sign, Nathan Phillips Square. Skydome actually opens. I think it does about every 10-15 minutes. There it goes, guys, it's opening. They even have the Jumbotron in there. That is simply amazing. Hamilton. This is where they recharge the trucks and cars. Each one runs independent of each other. And there's like a little microchip inside that stops them from bumping into each other. And there's signals in the road, so they're following a track. And there's a bunch of cars over there being charged. Little bites. Get some pizza, latte, Little Ottawa.
So we are back to normal speed because Ken's about to do something which is a cop-out, which is you could miniaturize yourself. And that would be entertaining for the process, for anybody else who's wondering about it. And anyway, he doesn't do it. What a stick in the mud.
You can actually get yourself miniaturized in this booth over here.
That reminds me of the movie The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum and the machine that did something to him. I can't remember. Anyway, that would have been kind of cool if he would have done that, and he doesn't do it. Let's keep moving.
And then get yourself put anywhere you want in Canada. So if this is the area that you really wanted to be put in, you could tell them approximately where you want to be put. And for a small cost, they'll put you there. So you can get this size, this size.
Our Ken does not explain the entire process. You can get a 2.5 inch made, and that gets sent home as an ornament or by itself. And you can also get a 3/4 inch, which is the proper little one if you want to be added to this scene. So it's $39 for the 3/4. It's $59 if you want the 3/4 of yourself then added to one of the scenes. So $59 plus tax, I don't know, like around $70. Ken should have done it. What a spoil sport. Anyway, there you go.
There you go. There's your price list. This is like a class, and they're all actually making trees right now. Little Quebec. Of course, you got the ski hills.
Some of this was fun. Now it's starting to turn into things retired people do with Ken Domik, so let's push forward.
First up, I definitely want to repair.
Here is where Ken sells it. If you believe he's really going to sleep in the night in that unsupervised parking lot in his van. which includes, oh, I gotta fix this, I gotta fix that. It's the same thing as like, oh, I gotta get this special sleeping bag for minus 40, so his audience can say to themselves, well, if he wasn't really there, he wouldn't be spending money on that minus 40 degree sleeping bag. Yeah, these are all props. This is just playing with it so you achieve a suspension of disbelief and go in and, yeah, sure, he's sleeping there. To say nothing of the way he eats and like he's gonna suffer taking a giant sloppy dump into a frozen bog in the van. Not very likely.
This one's doing all right. We could do like a minor repair on this one. I'm gonna take my jacket off. There's also a spot right along here that's supposed to go into that little divot, and I figured if I just put some of this, it's going to make it a bit thicker so it might not fit properly, but let's install this now, see how well it does. What I've been wanting to do for a really long time is to finish these two, and that's another reason why I bought so much duct tape. I'm going to cover both of these with as much duct tape as I can, and that way you won't be able to see the silver through the window when somebody's trying to look in. Well, 2 rolls of duct tape down. Got that one fully done, both sides, and this one only one side. Again, it was most important to get the...
How about we skip this and get Ken, the intermittent fasting expert, who's already had a hot dog in the middle of the day. Let's get him to his big meal. Go!
Dumping tray for the edamame. That's like biting it, squeezing out the little beans. I love these things. One of the reasons I really liked the edamame in Athens, Greece, is it could put like a flaky Celtic salt on it. And it was warm and delicious. I'll pick at those as we go. Itadakimasu. I'm gonna go in for that California roll first. Get that going.
He is such a weak performer that he's just gonna eat. And so let me chop this up to make it go faster.
You can't do me, and I'm cutting you off right now.
Ooh, my eyes are watering. And my nose is running. Looks like I get the Clean Plate Award.
Ken is now going to lie to himself and go for a walk and feel that the walk is going to burn off all the calories and he will stay fit, which he will not. So let's skip that and get him to his van for his fake stealth camp.
It doesn't look like the attendant's in there 24/7, so don't have to worry about him. Well, it's getting late. I walked around quite a bit. Let me get my Strava up. Something weird is happening with this light. I'm not sure if it's on its way out. It just kind of flickers every once in a while. So I just checked, and it's 0 degrees Celsius here in Toronto. Clear weather. The moon's supposed to be shining. And it's about 6.6 degrees Celsius in the van. So I put away my yellow -9 sleeping bag. I'm just going to sleep in this big sleeping bag tonight. Tell me about it. There's just like lots more room inside it, and I think we'll be fine. So I'm just going to kick back, relax, watch a couple videos on YouTube, and then I'll get changed, and then we'll hit the hay. There are people just talking outside my van. That's the kind of stuff that scares the crap out of me.
Here he is, selling it again, because that gets over with his audience, who really believes that he's in danger from either the weather, or strangers, or both. Of course, there's no dangers when he's warm and dry at the hotel, having something else to eat in a giant dump in the nice, normal toilet.
Being downtown Toronto. I think I'll be fine, but I'm just, I don't know. There's just something about this situation.
There sure is, which is why, even though Ken isn't very creative, and he can't spell too well either, he's not stupid enough to put himself in an unsupervised parking lot in Toronto overnight.
Kind of freaks me out. I see people sleeping on the streets in sleeping bags. Like, I don't know how safe they are, but here I am inside a locked vehicle. Do you hear that?
The people who have tragically fallen through the cracks and are sleeping on the street in sleeping bags have nothing left to steal, so they're not going to get rolled for 2 cigarette butts and a handful of small change. You aren't out there, and you're not going to be in that parking lot, so finish your patter and get to the hotel where you belong.
They're right outside my van. What I'm hoping for is it's just somebody going to their car as opposed to people looking for an opportunity to steal stuff.
What a bad actor you are. 58 years of age and we're expected to believe that you don't know any better. At least it's not a criminal offense to lie to a YouTube audience. Just wrap it up and get to the hotel.
Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there's people in the car. Probably didn't hear a car start or a door open. Another one. Good. Oh boy.
Would you please knock it off? Carol is worth at least $2 million plus interest. You don't have a mortgage. She's got a pension. You get this spending money by doing this nonsense. There's so much more great meals for you to have, new Volkswagens to buy, and we're expected to believe you're going to risk your life in a car park in Toronto doing this? Just get to the hotel.
Well, guys, it's about 1.8 degrees Celsius in here right now, and it is time to go to bed. Got the bed all made up, got my clothes all changed, and got my hat on. Got my hoodie on. Got all my the clothes I need to be wearing to keep me warm tonight. And had a great night. Had a great day. See you guys in the morning. Got something special for you. So
When Ken says he has something special planned, we know him long enough to know that he doesn't really mean it and he's just saying it. He's gonna go get breakfast. So what? Big deal. If he were to pretend wake up in that stupid van and Julie would be next to him, that would be mind-blowing and very entertaining. Nah, he's just gonna go get breakfast. Who cares?
stay tuned.
Do you know what this footage serves to demonstrate? A little bit more than his normal footage when he's out in the middle of nowhere or in a convenience store almost in the middle of nowhere, which is any weirdo can come crawling out of any part of that city at any time. He's not going to risk that. That is the last night scene for this fake stealth camp. The coming scenes are day, with Ken doing his acting job of the construction workers woke me up. He doesn't even try to line things up anymore because his audience believes this. That's all he has to do for them. Run it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I didn't think about that construction site right there. That was going to be in full bloom as of 8 o'clock. Woke me up. That's all right. Well, the city is awake and bustling. It's -2.
If you were Ken Domik and you were already allowed to write off your meals as props for the channel and some gasoline to get around, and if you were doing business in another city, town, or village different from your own elf village, and therefore you could make an argument for getting a hotel room, wouldn't you get a hotel room too? Because it involves a nice place and more food that you can write off reasonably as, well, I had to have dinner. Of course you'd do it. All it takes is playing with duct tape and telling a tall tale, and then you go get to have the hotel room too. He's not required to tell his YouTube audience that's what he does. You believe what you want. We know Ken. If you can have the food and the gasoline and a few other expenses, you can have a hotel room too. So we know he'll take it.
Here in Toronto, and I'm not sure what it would be inside the van. 1.2 degrees Celsius inside the van. So this sleeping bag was just perfect last night. It was really hard actually to pick up the camera and start shooting right now. It's just so comfortable and so peaceful, even with the construction going on.
We remember how you feel about construction workers earning an honest living in Toronto back when you had earlier comments from 8 years ago. Here.
These douchebags over here start work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing they'd like to do at 7 o'clock in the morning
would be to do what? Earn an honest living and not eat chicken sandwiches on YouTube and pretend to be poor all the time?
You know, being construction workers is to use very large hammers.
What would you have them use instead? The erasers on the ends of pencils to get their job done? You don't know anything about real work because you've never done any real work, and thanks to Carol's money, you never will have to do any real work. Putz!
On sheet metal. and they only seem to do it at 7. They don't do it at 7:30, 8, or any other time during the day that I have heard.
It is amazing when Ken fans come in here sometimes to ask, why are you complaining about Ken? What has he ever done? They do not realize it because they're not the most intelligent of people, that Ken has said too much for too long and has shown that he has a bold contempt for people who have normal jobs. And that includes people who have to work really hard at their normal jobs. There's no gratitude in him for having been so lucky with YouTube. All he does is ask for more and more financial support that he doesn't need. He has no humility after Carol's father sold his giant self-built cottage with a huge property, and she's got about $2 million in the bank. And ever since then, they've been living like rich retirees, which is what they are. And they were already set to begin with. Ken just keeps pretending like he's a struggling breadwinner while he goes on wild vacations and buys toys and gear and new vehicles all in front of us at the same time. That's why he's fun to react to. Beyond his repetitive, boring content, it's a character study of a hack YouTuber who is dishonest and always pretending to be poor. And here he is again, squawking about people who have to work for an honest dollar, instead of just following a trend and pretending to be a YouTuber who is doing something original and innovative.
But they like to do it at 7 in the morning when people are still sleeping and in the hotel rooms. So it's really annoying because right now they're not making any noise.
They do not like to start at 7 in the morning to bother people who are sleeping. They have to start early because they have an important, very expensive project to work on, and it's got to get done as quickly as possible. So they have a long day. They have to start early. Ken has an attitude towards the construction workers as if they're saucy, troublemaking children playing games. He's just got a horrible personality, and as the years pass, he just stays that way. He doesn't improve and get wisdom. Anyway, let's move on.
I could imagine living downtown Toronto and just getting used to that hum, that white noise. I'm sure, you know, the speeding police car and stuff every once in a while.
That was it. It was all Ken had to share. The title of his video was, quote, "Minivan stealth camping downtown Toronto. This one scared me," close quote. And of course the thumbnail said big city stealth camping -2 degrees. And he opened with this scene. So he says, oh, he was scared by something. This one scared me. And there's a speeding police car, and that was it. There wasn't anything else. Like, Ken looks at YouTube as a way to trick people all the time and bait them and flim-flam and do a shell game, and at the end of it he laughs. So he, of course, has the personality of not really stealth camping. He does all the setup and, oh, I'm gonna need this heater to get me through. Oh, I hope the sleeping bag is enough. And then he goes and he gets a hotel, alright? That's how he does it.
And plus we're kind of close to a couple hospitals, so sometimes you get the ambulances and stuff, so. But, yeah, sometimes I wish I lived downtown Toronto.
You couldn't afford the taxes, and you wouldn't want to live on a postage stamp either, so forget about it. If you were a real achiever, maybe you could chase that dream. It's just, you raise your own kids in a shack just so you wouldn't have to suffer a mortgage, so it's not as if we believe you that you're capable of doing something like this.
I've always loved this city, and anyway. So, there's a place just in the West End that we found back in January. And we took my father-in-law to, and I had one of the best steak and eggs
I don't normally eat breakfast
I've ever had, but I'm not going to go there again and do that. But when we were there, I saw other people ordering pancakes.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
And so today is a cheat day.
What a surprise! If it's not a cheat day, it's a treat day, or you gotta live day, or I have to do this for you people day. No matter how you slice it, it all comes out the same. Ken carries on with his garbage food, and he's always lying to us at the start of the year, saying he's gonna be making changes, as he did last year, and didn't do them. And then this year, I'm gonna try. Yeah, just get back into your junk food.
Cheat day, cheat day, cheat day. All right, let's get up, get busy.
This is all acting. He had to get out of bed, set up this shot, get back into bed, then he gets out of bed and does this. And he knows what music he's gonna play when he gets back in the shack in the old village and put this together. Down, 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 down. Nice and slow music. Down, 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 down. Low and slow. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Better get out of bed.
It's really nice just to slip your shoes on instead of having to tie your boots up every single time. No tickets on the windshield.
Why would there be? Our Ken and his false drama. He's in a private parking lot. He's paid to be there. And he knows when he has to leave. And it's Toronto. They're not going to fuck around. They'll tow the vehicle with him in it if he tries to stay longer without paying. And before they would do that, they would ask him if he wants another ticket. So, just shut up and go get breakfast that you say you never eat.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Good morning to you. $9:14, they open at 10 o'clock, so let's get over that area.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
And we'll show you around. This area is so cool.
To Ken, with his very limited vocabulary, everything is either phenomenal or cool, even when it is not.
There it is, but it's not open till 10. Looks like the door is open, but I don't think they are. Oh, there's the stadium we did our football game at. Yeah, this whole area is called Liberty Village. That's Big Can.
Yes, Ken, that is really cool. And because it's Toronto, Canada, somebody probably received a federal arts grant of $65,000 to design and then build that. And then maintain it. And then alter it. And then form a committee about what alterations are to be done. Great work.
I just noticed these two things. And that's was to stop the train.
This place really is cool, Ken, and we might be having too much fun. Maybe we just kinda simmer down a little bit and go get that breakfast, huh?
From going any further. So I'm guessing there was a line that went right through here at one time. Back when all these buildings needed the trains to drop off supplies, pick up supplies. Looks like trains used to go through or between these two buildings at one time.
This place is not cool. It's a fake, boring as fuck retail village, and you're just killing time waiting for the breakfast place to open. What are we gonna do with this? Maybe you could shoot footage of a GO train and try to spice it up like that. Our Ken was first in line. And then these two ladies showed up, and Ken spun around and turned the camera on them, and they said, look, get that shit away from us before we text our boyfriends, and it won't be good for you. And then Ken backed up and just shot them from behind and said, we don't want to be on this production of yours. It's KBD Productions TV. We don't know, we don't care, stay away from us, please. And that's an order, too.
It's time for pancakes.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Excellent. How are you?
Good. Did we have a reservation?
I don't.
How many are we gonna be?
Me.
Right this way.
All right. That's perfect.
There we go.
Thank you. Hello.
Morning. How's it going?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Thank you. My name's Kendra. I'll be helping
Hey,
you out
Kendra.
today. Wanted to just start you with some water over here.
That'd be amazing. Thank you.
And
Wow. Get the whole bottle.
You get the whole bottle over here. VIP treat. For
Excellent.
everyone. And then I did want to make sure, I know that we just sat down a minute ago, but did you want any coffee or tea to start yourself off?
I'd love a latte, please.
And then you do offer that with 2% milk or oat milk instead.
2%'s fine.
Gotcha.
The last time I was here, I had the basically the steak and eggs.
Yeah.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
The master manhandler, wasn't it?
Good, exactly.
And so, and I kept seeing everybody have the pancakes.
Yeah.
So I came here especially to try the pancake.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Pancakes.
Aaron, we offer our pancakes in 2 different sizes.
Okay.
There's the full stack with 3 pancakes, and then we do a single blueberry pancake as well. All the same toppings, everything's the same except 1 instead of 3.
I'd rather have 3 blueberries.
Well, I mean, hey, we can do so sneaky. Yeah, 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 hey, we can do some more blueberries on top.
All right.
There you go.
Perfect.
And then I'll get that latte started, but you let me know if you got any more questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get the whole genie bottle and everything. It's great. All right. Let's just take a peek at this menu for you. So nice menu. And as you heard when we were coming in, people made reservations to come here. So that's how popular this place is. Then they have the scones and biscuits. I think I'm going to do that because their scones and biscuits are apparently very, very, very popular. And I can't remember if I had them last time. I think I just went for the steak and eggs, which was the manhandler. And here's all the prices and here's all the choices. They got a lot of things. Got the a la carte type stuff. Then we have specialty drinks. And she said they're getting their liquor license renewed, so there's no booze at this moment in time. They were thinking about visiting, maybe call ahead or just have water and a latte. So I'm going to do their famous pancakes because
I don't normally eat breakfast.
That's what they're known for right there. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, sir. Oh, there's a heart on it. Look at that thing. Thing of beauty, of work of art. Oh, I just wrecked the heart. Oh well. 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 It's bound to happen. Oh, look how creamy that is. Super creamy. It's almost like a milkshake. Jeez. Guess we had to put it on the table. Nowhere else to put it. Cheers, guys. Good morning. That just blows normal coffee away every time. Came here for one main thing. Their pancakes. Famous pancakes.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Cheat day.
How are you doing over here on Food Decisions?
Pancakes, please.
There we go. I love it.
And I can't remember if I tried the scones and biscuits, but it looks like if you do, it's one or the other, or you can do one of each.
So if you're doing one, it would be one or the other, but if you do 2, you can do one of each.
Okay, let's do 2, please.
Go. So 1 scone, 1 biscuit.
Please.
Do you want that almost like as an appetizer? or
Yeah.
With the food.
Appetizer.
Gotcha.
I've got to try it.
There we go. I love it.
Because that's probably what you're most famous for is the scones and stuff and the pancakes, right?
You know what? Actually, yeah, those
Both
are
of those
two
too, yeah.
like main things that we're known for.
And that's why you sell the ingredients up there, the packages. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank-
I'll bring those over for you. You let me know if you need anything while you're waiting. All right.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Super friendly staff. All right, guys. There is the scone and biscuit
I don't normally eat breakfast.
with that apple butter jam and the salted butter. Let's try it. Can't wait. I don't know which one to do first. Oh, see how flaky that was? Oh, it's steaming. We're going to do the apple jam first. Apple butter jam.
I would love to preach, if you don't mind, and I'm thinking most of you guys would be on board with this, is just to cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach.
Look at that. Nice. Mmm. Also has that cinnamon taste to it. Let's try that butter. Mmm. Very creamy. Oh, the butter is so nice. Mmm. So good. All right, let's try this. Oh my gosh, it's crumbly. This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna do butter first this time.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
That was really, really good. Buttery, flaky. Let's try it with this apple, butter, jam, loaded up. They're both dynamite. If you guys come here, you definitely have to do one of each.
That is right, poor Ken fans. If you're going to go to a fancy place to get breakfast, I definitely recommend that you indulge and get one of each of these items. By the way, please keep sending your money to Ken Domik because he's barely getting by.
Totally worth it. I like the top. This is definitely sweeter. Almost dessert-like. And of course, this is nice and savory and just delightful. Definitely a fun little appetizer.
Wait 1 minute. Breakfast and appetizers for breakfast? I thought you were also practicing intermittent fasting for the last 5 years. Oh, that's right. You were just lying. Okay, as you were.
It's not as much butter as I thought. It's quite a shallow dish. The butter is amazing.
My friend.
All right. Holy cow. All right.
Blueberry.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Pancakes.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That looks amazing.
The perfect sweater.
Yes.
These too as well. Let me eat my lobster voodoo 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 as well. Let me leave it on the side.
Okay, thanks.
Scone and biscuit now.
I'll finish her up real soon. Thank you. That looks amazing. Oh, boy. Last beautiful bite. Mmm. It had to be done. Look how jiggly that is. That's insane. Oh, the whipped cream. It's going for a close-up. All right, guys, check out these world-famous pancakes. They are massive. That's got to be at least an inch per pancake. Then we got all that whipped cream on top. tons of blueberries. Definitely the color is better on this side. That's insane. My heart is going to be racing after I eat that. Wow. Trying to watch other people and how they eat it.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
Let's do a little bit of the whipped cream. Everything is made in-house. Everything's made from scratch. And that whipped cream is just perfect. Blueberries are really good too. Let's see if we can cut down. They're so jiggly, but there's like a crusty bottom on the bottom there. Almost like those Japanese pancakes we've had.
I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast.
I think that's like a syrup on the bottom. A fresh maple syrup. Check that out.
3.5, almost, it'll be coming up on 4 years as of February. That's when I first started doing intermittent fasting, eating salads and just eating better food and totally cutting out sugar. I would love to preach, if you don't mind, and I'm thinking most of you guys would be on board with this, is just to cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach. I would love to preach, if you don't mind, and I'm thinking most of you guys would be on board with this, is just to cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach.
Really, really good. Wish you guys were here. Trying this with me. I'm afraid to flip it over. I'm afraid. Get a little bit of that syrup on the bottom there.
I would love to preach, if you don't mind, and I'm thinking most of you guys would be on board with this, is just to cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach.
That was stuck to my face.
She knows that Ken is recording her. Ken is going to use her for content and make money with it, so he should be giving her $100 cash as a tip.
Everything when you sit over here.
It's amazing.
Wipe the sweat off my forehead now. Let's get these off your hands over here.
I love that little crunchy edge on the bottom.
Yeah, we bake those a little bit so that the outside has that little crunch to it there.
It definitely is a bonus.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Again, this is something I don't normally order anymore. I'm trying to cut carbs out of my life. But it's nice to revisit, isn't it?
With the clip we played earlier, Ken said in late 2023 that he was hitting the anniversary of 4 years, February 2024, of intermittent fasting. We're now March of 2025, and we have all the evidence to show that Ken, surprise, is lying constantly with his YouTube channel. He got his interest, he got his extra thousands of views, and he got his money in early 2024. And so here we are, 2025. He's claiming 5 years of intermittent fasting. He's as heavy as he ever has been, and he's getting knee-deep into the sugar. And the excuse is, well, not only is it a cheat day or a treat day, or I have to do this for you people because Carol and I are barely surviving day. Now he's added to all that, in addition to you gotta live days, it's a revisiting day. So with all of those opportunities, he just carries on eating loads of carbs and sugar as he did before.
Sure is, Ken. Oh, yeah. Just drag it through all that yummy goodness.
I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast.
Cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach. Cut out sugar. That's the only thing that I would preach.
And enjoy.
This would be the perfect moment to do the bowling music bit If not for the fact that this is already more than an hour, and it's exhausting to make this, and it's probably exhausting to watch it, even if you like this sort of material. So, instead, we're going to note that back in the day, Ken had energy. Here.
Just for you, and just for you, just for you, and just for you.
It is not as if what Ken does requires a lot of heavy lifting. He either drives to get his junk food, or he drives to get his junk food and gets out of the vehicle and takes a few paces to have it at the place, or then he gets it and brings it back to the car. There's very little physical activity involved. The thing is, he is giving zero energy these days, with him saying twice on his vlog channel in the last little while that back in the day I would be all energetic and excited. I'm not doing that anymore because I'm old. We kid him. The thing is, he's just in really bad shape. There are other YouTubers we know that are older than Ken who are still very energetic. The thing is, back in the day, he could get the latest sandwich from McDonald's in Bradford and get 200,000 views in 5 days, and now he doesn't get that. So now he's not interested because it's not the moneymaker it used to be. He was going to put in a little bit of effort to get a huge payoff when the fad was hot. Now Ken is showing his true colors for a long time now, and he gives you nothing. He's just getting out of the house and taking these expensive meals on camera to write them off. If there's anybody who shouldn't be doing this, it's Ken. And he barely does food reviews anymore as it is. The only time he hits is when he does what is offered as a dangerous winter stealth camp, and his fans believe it, so that is where he makes a bit of money, yet the energy is just nowhere. He's not giving anybody anything. This is not even qualifying as food content.
Check this out. Last bite. So good.
It is so good because of the giant puddle of sugar at the bottom of it, which you also ate. Now, will Ken win the award? Will he win the award that he gives to himself? Oh, the drama. Will he win it? Will he win it?
There we go, guys. All done. I got the Clean Plate Award. The only way I could get that cleaner is with a squeegee. There is the breakdown of my breakfast.
I don't normally eat breakfast.
With a subtotal of $35.95, plus our taxes here in Ontario, and then a 22% tip of $8.94. So a grand total of $49.56. Let me know what you think. And of course, on the way out, you can get some merch.
Our Ken is one of those types of YouTubers who's always e-begging. And unfortunately, Ken is actually getting some money because people believe that he's barely getting by. He's the only breadwinner. He and Carol are only surviving, and they really need the help ongoing with money. If he really did appreciate all of it as he says he does, and because he's not suffering financially, he should be buying some of those things and giving them away to his audience after all these years. Will he? No.
I love the color of these. It reminds me of like old, like 50s diners mugs. Well, that's the apple butter. And of course, their maple syrup. There's their pancake batter. You could probably buy it online. You've got t-shirts. And then you can buy all the stuff frozen. So there's the scones and the biscuits. All right, guys, that's all I got for you on this video. Another successful stealth camp, this time in the big city of Toronto. I actually do remember the last time I did a stealth camp here is when I did the Rogers Center, but I was in an underground parking and I kind of was pretty safe there. This is the first time I did like a surface parking lot in the downtown core. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. That'd be great. If you love this video and you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that as well. But this video is done. Time to go home. I got an hour and 19 minutes. See you guys later. Bye. Is that it?
No, that is not it, because Ken does more of these fake stealth camps these days than he does food reviews. So I had to wait until one of these shitty camps had lots of opportunities for jokes in it, and that's why we turned this into a nice, big, pre-recorded reaction. So when you get them, please watch them all the way through, and the different stuff that we're trying, give that a chance too, because it helps the channel. And that's it.
That's it.
British peanut.
Double. That sucked like shit. That sucked huge fucking shit.
White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people. White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people. White Canadian. The Japanese are horrible people.
I hate the Sky Dome and the CN Tower too. I hate Nathan Phillips Square and the Ontario Zoo. The rent's too high, the air's unclean, the beaches are dirty and the people are mean, and the women are big and the men are dumb, and the children are loopy because they live in a slum. The water is polluted and the mayor's a dork. They dress real bad and they think they're New York. In Toronto, Ontario. You know, actually, I think I pretty much hate all of Ontario.
Oh yeah, me too.
I hate Thunder Bay and Ottawa, Kitchener, Windsor, and Oshawa. London sucks and the Great Lakes suck, and Sarnia sucks and Turkey Point sucks. I took a trip to Ontario to visit Brian Mulrooney.
Sucks too.
He beat me up and he stole my pants and he put me in a tree. I went to see the Maple Leafs and got hit in the head with a puck. I don't even know how they did it. I mean, I was playing the organ at the time.
Sucks and Alan Thicke sucks.
Ontario sucks. Yep. Actually, you know, now that I really think about it, I think I pretty much hate every gosh darn province and territory in our country.
Well, except Alberta.
Oh yeah, I love Alberta. Yeah, it's really nice. Lots of cows, trees, rocks, dirt. But I hate Newfoundland because they talk so weird, and Prince Edward Island is too small. Nova Scotia's dumb because it's the name of a bank. New Brunswick doesn't have a good mall. Quebec is revolting and it makes me mad. Ontario sucks. Ontario sucks.
Manitoba's population density is 1.9 people per square kilometer.
Isn't that stupid?
Saskatchewan is boring and the people are old, and as for the territories, they're too cold.
And the only really good thing about the province of British Columbia is that it's right next to us.
'Cause Alberta doesn't suck,
but Calgary does.
Tangy.